Yes, it is finally time to reveal to you a very rare set of Mega Man merchandise received from Japan from around 1992 and 1993, which would be the years of Mega Man 4 and Mega Man 5 being released. Some little spinning top toys from Bandai. Got several different characters and pictures put on them to sell. You might be familiar with the Power Rangers set released outside of Japan, but it's the same kind of toy, the little spinning tops. And yes, there's a set of Mega Man. So I will be showing you this set. Here we have an advertisement poster you can take out here. Of course, here we have Street Fighter, which was another set that was only in Japan. But here would be like a window display or something to put up in the store to advertise selling these. So of course this is a double-sided one, and poof, the Mega Man side. We'll go through all the sets here, show what I have of this, and we have the guide poster of what all was released to go by. Nice plastic there, since it was like store advertisement, not just like a standard poster release for people. So we will start with Mega Man 5 first, and we'll see why here in a second. But here it is in its glory, the Super Rockbuster. We got Mega Man himself, that nice prismatic print there. Some people want to say holographic, it's not quite the explanation for that one. You'd see it on stickers and things from vending machines. We got metal top here that we can launch in various launchers that were released in the United States, Europe, and Japan only launchers. There's no Mega Man exclusive launcher, but there's other ones we could be using. Never seen these shown anywhere else, so I'm going to go through all the set here. You can see what all was released. I would have killed to have these back in the day if they would have brought them over to the United States. So we have a few that are based on the weapons that he would take from that game, Mega Man 5. We got the Crystal Eye weapon. We have Mega Man in his color for that weapon, and you can see a little bit of it shooting there because it's a small image to shoehorn in there. You probably could have zoomed it out. I know it would have been small, but it would have been nice to see him shooting the actual thing a little bit more. I have had to hunt these down piece by piece so slowly. It's very difficult to acquire these. In the Japan ones, you could actually unscrew, so you could maybe put them in like a buttonhole in your jacket or something and wear these a lot easier than the other versions. In green, we have the gyro attack from Gyro Man. See a little bit more of the weapon in this one. We were able to squeeze that into the image. And since we were in Japan, the spelling's a little funky. I don't know if that's the official spelling for the US release there. We got the Napalm Bomb. Mega Man in the coloring for that one. You can see a little bit of it down in the corner of the actual weapon from the official artwork, probably, of the game. Napalm Bomb. I just love the look of these, like the shine and effect of them, everything, and then just these old printed images. You got number 000 here, Proto Man, or Blues as he'd be called in Japan, where these were released. And famously in Mega Man 5 he was kind of set up to be the villain, framed, spoiler, but I think the brown tinted metal might indicate the enemies for Mega Man in this set. So there's your Proto Man. Now this one might be a little difficult to see, but it's also Proto Man Blues. So it's almost kind of like his image in the sky of one of the endings of the games, or maybe like a hologram or something. A little bit of a strange one, but you can get very close. You can see his image in there. Odd choice here. I'll definitely say why when we get to the end of this Mega Man 5 set. A few more Mega Mans with the weapons, the Stardust Crash weapon and coloring. Before we get to the actual bosses, you can see a little bit of the stars behind him, just a bit on this one. In the Charge Kick, so a little bit different pose here since this one uses the slide from Charge Man. So again, the colorings, a lot of them have that green at the bottom, but then different color backgrounds to kind of maybe make the image stand out a little bit more on these. Freaking love these things as just collectibles. Alright, this is what you came to see. We got some of the Robot Masters, Napalm Man. Right there he is. Again, we just get kind of torso shot, and we do get like the number you can see in the name, the Wily number code, instead of just the name printed on there. Which again, funny that they only did these two games. There's only these two sets. Would have been awesome to have all the bosses, all the games like this. What a collection it would have been. We got Gyro Man, looking pretty awesome. Mega Man 5 is actually one I didn't get to play as much as the others, like only like way later when there was all the game trading stores and stuff. and I was older, able to find a cartridge of Mega Man 5, so I didn't get to play through that one as much, so I'm not as familiar with their bosses. I should play through Mega Man 5 a few more times just to familiarize myself. Crystal Man, big ol' head there. So it's funny that some of them have the Mega Man weapon equivalent and some of them do not. We had the Charge Kick, but I can tell you there's no Charge Man in the set. So Crystal Man, he had the Crystal Eye. Napalm Man had the Napalm Bomb. We'll see where the wheels fall off on the matching here. We got Star Man here is the last one. So that's where I'm kind of like, they did more of the weapons, but they probably should have done Beat since it was introduced in the Mega Man 5 game. They did an extra weapon set, Charge Kick, that we didn't get to see Charge Man to go with it. And then an extra one of Proto Man Blues. We had 2 of him. Really probably should have mixed things up, did Beat. Or frankly, I would have just skipped the Mega Man with the weapons attached and just done all the bosses instead. That would have been what I would have done. But there I have the full set of the Japan-only Mega Man 5 Spin Fighters. Character badges, as they were called in Japan. Pretty rare. I've had to hunt down each one by one to get this, so it's been painful. So there, the Mega Man 5. We got the full images, which is kind of handy to have on this poster. And a lot more information. Of course, it's in Japanese, so I'd have to kind of translate, but it's going to tell the weapon or the boss more clearly there. Beat is on the poster, and that's why I was kind of like, why was there not a Beat one? It's kind of strange. Or Eddie. Eddie's on the poster as well. A little strange. Here's like a red launcher that was only in Japan that they kind of suggest to get. So you might consider that to be kind of the official one for this set. I do have one of those in my hunting of importing this Mega Man set. And then an arena here, kind of showing off that you'd buy just a little plastic arena to be battling these in. Let's look at the Mega Man 4 set. The Mega Man 5 started with like the Super Rockbuster, like the Charge Shot. Here's just the new Rockbuster, just showing Mega Man. Probably because maybe the Charge Shot was introduced in this game, so that's the new Rockbuster. But a different pose for just a standard Mega Man Rockman Spin Fighter there. Looks pretty sweet with the yellow background. Probably my favorite one here, just for the look. And probably a better pose for Proto Man here too, with blues. The Mega Man 5 ones, he was kind of turned weird, or there's that blue tinted one and stuff. This one probably a little cooler, more clear, the character on it with the image. Of course, this one has some of the weapons here. We have Skullman's Skull Barrier, very clearly imaged here with the skulls that would be making the shield-like weapon. I really like Mega Man 4's weapons, but it might have been because I usually put in my Game Genie and had like unlimited weapon energy in that game, so I could use them all like tons, so they probably felt stronger that way. Using Skull Barrier and had unlimited energy. So it was probably not as strong as I remember it being. The Drill Bomb from Drill Man. You can see a little bit of the missile in this one, but again, the image area is so small with the circle that it kind of cuts off. We don't get to see the drill point as much. But we get to see his dark red color combo. So each of these sets is 12, so again, these are taking up precious spots in the 12 set. Just would have needed 8 for all the bosses. Still would have had room, but they did these weapon ones. We got the Pharaoh Shot. We can kind of see pretty well there too. And here's where the sad part is. I wanted to do this video showing these sets once I got all of them, but for Mega Man 4, I am still missing 2 of them. 2 weapon powers I cannot find. There's allegedly a Ring Man weapon one and a Dust Man weapon. I just cannot find those 2. That is going to drive me freaking crazy that I can't just have a complete set of these. If I get a complete set, I want to make like a display for these and like put them on the wall, because just kind of discovering these, like once I was finishing my collection of the US based ones and I found out about these, I was like, I've got to have the Mega Man set. So after all this time, still 2 missing. Not cool. But hopefully I can find the 2 someday here. So on that side we do get Rush, which is why I was saying Beat probably should have been on the Mega Man 5 set. But there we have good old Rush, the support robot, as it says on here. Strange, I guess because he doesn't have a number, so they had to put something of what he was. But again, they have that text template. They could have done Eddie, Beat, they just kind of skipped over. But we did get Rush represented in the Mega Man 4 set. Alright, this is what you've been wanting, I know. Here's the bosses of the set. Drill Man is here. Again, he's kind of cut off. We don't get to see his whole drill on his head. I want to see full drill. At least he did get an action figure in the same kind of time period there, 93 and 4, maybe it was 95, but they did have some toys from the cartoon show in the US. I have a video about that set here as well, because I usually like to look through these older toys, so these are just kind of cool ones that I've got from Japan that I wish I would have had as a freaking kid, but just getting them now at least. We have Ring Man, which again, I really need the one with Mega Man with the ring weapon to match with this. Seemed to be their intention to have the matching boss and weapon set. They have to look up a weakness chart and see which, if they pick these 4 because they all could beat each other maybe, or if they just kind of picked random ones to represent the game. It's just too bad they didn't pick all the bosses and just forget about the weapon system thing. But we got Ring Man, we got Pharaoh Man, because we had the Pharaoh shot weapon as well. He looks really great in this one because such a great design on just the head, since that's all we really get to see of the boss on these. A lot of mouth covered ones in this one. And Skull Man. I was happy at least I got all the bosses instead of having one of those lingering uncollected, but really bugs me that I can't get the full set. But there is the last Mega Man 4 boss there. Wish I had the full set again. Showed you earlier the card bag that the others were released on. Here we have these little plastic boxes that these were sold in. You can see a faded Rockman 5 on here, and then the Spin Fighter toy is inside. I had to rip the sticker to get it off there. We got 300 yen just for one of these. So you had to buy them one at a time. I did have a nice example there. I have opened one of these before, and that's like some nice soft felt, the red. So pretty fancy there, and I think these were just like in a little box, like maybe that's next to the counter of the shop, and you just maybe buy a cheap one to go with whatever else you were purchasing from maybe the game store or a trinket and toy store or wherever they put them, wherever they put up that poster, maybe even convenience stores or something like that. The Mega Man 4 batch were sold on little like card backs and plastic, but the bonus was they were sold with a little keychain you could attach. Pretty cool feature. They just had them in Japan, and since you were only getting one Spin Fighter in the package, it's nice that they included a little something extra there. Just another way you could carry them around or attach it. The history on these is a little fuzzy, so that's why it was surprising that I even discovered them and then was able to hunt them down slowly. It's a miracle I have what I have, even though I don't have the 2 complete sets, sadly. But get subscribed here so I can let you know if I can find those last 2. There's a lot more history of these toys, and then a lot of other 90s toys I like to show off here. Released in the 90s, or at least representing something from the 90s, even if it's newer releases, possibly. So if this is the cool time period you like to see stuff about, you want to stick around here so I can see you in the next video.